The others, but Star Ambition's in front. King Spirit really trying hard, but Star Ambition's in front, and Star Ambition by a half length.
Toby, we're in front of Star Ambition, a nomination for the new GC 1000 race on Friday night here at the Gold Coast. Just firstly, take us through, what's your thoughts about the race on Friday night and the concept and night racing? There's also trainers' bonuses as well. It's a bit to take in, but there's plenty on offer for everyone all involved on Friday night.
Correct. It's it's a great initiative and good incentive for trainers like us, like Steve and I, to have. I think we've got 5 runners on, or 5 nominated. Probably aren't more like 4 runners, but certainly 5 runners with a couple of chances. It's a good initiative from the Turf Club's done a great job, and it's been a long time plan. To be sort of tied up in the night meetings, a big thing for our stable. It's something we've targeted now since we've seen the program. So he's one of 5 runners. So hopefully he can fly the flag to start with.
Did you expect the race to come up as strong as what it has through the nominations, or on the back of the Sunlight slot race on January 4 that you felt that this was a last chance to show your true colours before the final field would be announced?
Surprisingly, if you asked me 6 weeks ago, I would have said no. Then the bonus got announced, so there's an incentive for everyone to come. I knew Arabian Summer here. We've got her here. She's been here with us for two weeks. Tony McAvoy sent her up, so he was wanting to run her up, under lights and on the track. So I sort of knew she's coming. It could be pretty hot. So, and that's how it's come up. So there's no hiding in right now. It's getting into the summer carnival onto Magic Million time. So it's time to stand up.
Speaking of Star Ambition, you've always had a good opinion of him. Won on debut stylishly at the Sunshine Coast and what's been a very strong form mate, and then ran second behind Astapor in Brisbane. How's he come back in this time in?
He's been gelded, which is a big gear change. We felt he needed that. We just decided, like most owners, when you get a horse that's got some ability, you always want a colt to be a stallion. And we just had a long, hard talk with the owners and decided his pedigree probably wasn't as good enough, and he didn't win a Group 1 or was competing in Group 1s at two, so he's not probably going to make a stallion anyway. So we decided to geld him and make a racehorse of him. So we've done that. He had a little spell. Didn't have a long time out, so he held a good bit of residual coming through. He's been in work not that long. He's had I reckon he's been only in work 6 weeks, but as I mentioned, he had a good residual through. He was gelded and he only had like 2 weeks in the paddock, 2.5 weeks in the paddock. So he's had a jump out. He's had a couple of trials, so he's pretty fit and ready to go. Will improve though. I would have liked to have one more, maybe 1 to 2 weeks with him leading into this race, but it is what it is. It's come around pretty quick, so he'll have good improvement for heading towards the possibly the slot race.
And obviously you're hoping to get that slot, and no better way to do it than Friday night. I guess you can see some of the opposition right across the road from you. Yeah. Do you go and tell Kelvin McAvoy, I've just gone and kicked your filly in the shin, she's no good today? Just
No, look, they're great guys to deal with. Tony and Cal, they're both professionals, and to for them to entrust that filly with us twice now. We had her here for the $1 million race that she won at Doomben, so that's always good, and it's good to get that trust from a good lot of trainers. So no, I won't be kicking her in the shins. I'll be happy to run second to her, or I'll be happy for it to run second to us.
Spicy Martini was a good winner for the stable. The Mode Plate Stakes race. What's the latest with her as well?
So she had a little break. She had a week out at Calora where she just had a little freshen, and she'd been back in for a week now. I've spoke to a couple of people about a slot for her. Haven't quite got any momentum yet. Here's
your chance.
Yeah, well, if anyone wants a stakes quality filly for that slot, she's available. And she'd fit in well. If it happens to rain, she's adept on wet track. She showed that the other day. She's got a good pedigree. Secondly, the pedigree will take her a long way, and for her to step up and do what she did second up in, she's very inexperienced. So the world's really not the world. I would say, she's got a lot in front of her. You know, and she's a progressive filly that could get to a really good level.
Can you split the 2 3-year-olds? Is there much between them?
They're different types. You know, she's a light sort of immature type. This guy's a big, gross, robust one who sort of takes a lot of work. The other filly don't. So it's hard to he wants to get in on the.
You're going to break the track record on Friday night?
I don't think he will this week. maybe slot night. No, it's hard to split them. They're both a horse with good ability. He probably just needs to show it too. Like, he needs to take that step up. If he's going to be competitive in a slot race, he has to be competitive Friday night. Understanding he's going to be first up and need the run, but you know, you'd want to see him, you know, in the finish somewhere. If he got a bit tired with 30 or 40 metres to go, well, fair enough. But no, I can't split them. But happy to have both of them.
You must be happy with how the stable's going. You're now based at Train Tech. You've cut down your numbers, but your strike rate is one of the best in southeast Queensland. You've always tried to maintain that with the bigger numbers, but now you've probably got better quality of a smaller number.
Yeah. So the idea of moving into here, it's a world-class facility. The Turf Club has spent a lot of money, and it suits a smaller number. Suits you know, us having a small number. Like, we had 90 in work 3 years ago. We're down to 40, which is much more manageable. You know, whilst our quality isn't quite where we want it yet, we can concentrate on building that up over the next 12 months, 2 years. It might take that long. Hopefully it comes a little quicker, but certainly, you know, we want to be competing in those races we were competing in 4 or 5 years ago. So I can see glimpses of it. We've got some really nice young ones coming through. We've got a couple of older horses that could still, you know, stand up. And, you know, got a good co-trainer, Steve, who's working tirelessly behind the scenes. So, yeah, all fitting in well.
You've been part of the process for a long time now, Toby, and you've seen it, you know, the track's been ripped up and relayed and all the work's been done, and you can just feel that Friday night and the Millions is the full culmination of everything with those lights going on.
Agree. You know, to be honest, once the development started to happen, it was painless, really. It was like clockwork. It was so good. So, you know, we're just looking forward to the next 5 or 6 years, and hopefully we can get there. We need to be back competing at the carnival somehow.
Best of luck on Friday night and for the rest of the Magic Millions Carnival. Hopefully you can get one of those 3-year-olds in the sunlight as well. Thanks, Toby.
Thanks, Mitchell.